antics I made this?
This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies is true first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real. This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies is true first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real.
What's up, guys? Oh, shit, that's horrible. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rant to the Real. The power real niggas get on here and rant. This is the #1 podcast in the top 50. No need to look that up. Google is wrong. They're stealing your data right now. I would not trust them. I am your host, Uncle Chive, the hardest working in the world at everything. I outwork all of you. Now let's start your day off with eggs, bacon vibes, and I bring nothing but immaculate vibes. It's a great Tuesday. This is beyond fourth quarter podcasting, I would like to state. This is the game is lost. We went into overtime. We lost, and now we're just on the field doing like a little sad practice watch. Like we're like a hybrid of we're practicing and we're watching where we fucked up at. That's what this is. This is Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. So this will be hot, fresh off the press whenever you guys see this. Like, if I can get this done by 1 or maybe even noon, this is as fresh as it gets, yo. This isn't old. Oh, man. I don't know why, but I just hate recording on Monday. Like, I know it's supposed to be out Tuesday, but Monday is usually where I get my inspiration. But it's like, just Monday just sucks, yo. It's like Garfield. I hate Mondays. So, yeah, that's why it usually ends up late, because it's just Mondays, yo. Who likes to start the week off with work? But I guess I can't think of it that way. Let's get into it. I personally think that anytime pay is a scam. It seems like it's the job's way of throwing you some pity money, you know what I mean? It's like, we know you're broke, so here's half your paycheck, and they'll find ways to make it small. Like, I feel like there's ways to, like, skimp your money, you know what I mean? I honestly think that's just a giant scam. And how down bad are you to where you need $40 every day? Like, let's say you make $80 a day and you take your 40. Fucking Christ. That shit, you like, there's not a certain point where you look, where you like, when you get your check and it's supposed to be $200, but it's only $100 because you kept taking half for a week. There's not a certain point where you go like, damn, why am I living like this? That's not even check to check. That's day by day. Like, let's be real. What are you spending $40 on every single day? Right. I don't be trying to be in people's business, but it is a crazy question. Every single day, my nigga, you need $40? But I get it. Especially, at these further jobs that do pay a little bit more, you might need that taxi money. But that's insane, though. If, like, you take the 40 to get to and from every day. That's just how you get there. So you really dependent on, let's say your check is 600, so you surviving off of 3 because you done spent other 3 getting to the job. At that point, I don't think it's financially worth it at that point. You probably do a whole lot better not working than you would just trying to juggle half your paycheck, because, like, there's no fucking way. I think certain jobs do shit on purpose. Like, they purposely put themselves far out. They offer the most money knowing people can't get there. And then they're like, here's anytime pay. Because I truly think in the long haul, if you don't touch that shit, you'll make more money than when you do if you just every day take that shit. Like I said, I could be wrong. My job offers it. I don't touch that shit. I don't need $40 a day. Well, I also make more than $40 or $80 a day too. But that's neither here nor there. Anytime pay is just like it just seems like a scam to me. It just seems very predatory. It just seems very predatory. Like, they know that there's minnows in the water and they're looking for them. I updated my computer yesterday, which took a long time, so it's finally on this new update, and it changed a lot of things. And I now have to do extra steps that I realize in order to even make this podcast work. Because usually I just hit record and it goes. But no, it changed the way the timeline works. So when you hit record, it only records for a minute. So I have to change where the end goal is. So yeah, the first take was only a minute long. So this is take number 2. I know every week I say I'm going to leave it alone, but I can't. I can't leave Donald J. Trump alone. The guy finds a way to outdo himself literally every single week. Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? The FIFA Nobel Peace Prize. They were like, you know what? Here's an award. Quit being a little bitch. Then he kidnaps the Venezuela president. Okay? That guy was a piece of shit, but all right. We kidnap him, we take their oil, and then we tell them it's for the people. Guess we used up all the oil and weapons of mass destruction we found in 2008. So then, the lady who actually won the Nobel Peace Prize is a Venezuelan woman, Maria Machado. She gives her award to Trump and says she did it for the people of Venezuela. This man got 2 participation trophies in 1 year. One is just made up. They were just like, let's do something to make this guy happy, so he doesn't push the button. And then this lady is just doing anything she can to make this guy happy. She's like, you know what? I earned it. I worked hard. She put her life on the line to get that goddamn award, but she said, you know what? To keep this psycho orange man happy, take it. Yes, she gave him her award, but in the records, it's still her name. Like, just because he has it doesn't mean shit. This has to be the biggest man baby on the planet, yo. Like, Oh my God. It doesn't make any sense. Why did he get 2 awards for peace? I'm lost. Please tell me, what has he done that was peaceful? I know the Trump saviors have come through and fucking go die on the hill for him. But God, this is an evil man we're talking about here. I wonder if she truly wanted to give that award away, or did it just make the most sense strategically? Because if that's the case, bravo. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do to keep your country safe. I don't want to talk shit about Venezuela, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's a third world country. I'm gonna say I'm 100% stand on that, because if you have a dictator, you're probably a third world country. They were just oppressed. They finally got free from that dude, and they're just gonna be under a different level of oppression in the form of democracy. Fuck around and we'll have 52 states, 53. Trump's just trying to make the world a giant U.S. What he wants to take Canada over. Wasn't that his goal? To make Canada the 52nd, so maybe that might be the 53rd. First off, the Canadians are A, never going for that shit, and B, the Queen's probably not going for that shit. That's neither here nor there. It's the fact that she gave her award to appease his fucking ego. Like, I know damn well if you actually sit down and ask this lady, she did not want to do that shit. She did not give up her earned award for the people of Venezuela. It probably was one of those things where he probably, maybe he wanted the award. Maybe that was his whole plan the whole time. I'll save their country. They give me the award that they stole from me. Win-win. It's elaborate, don't get me wrong. And it's far out there. But when it comes to this fucking guy, is it that far out there? Is it that crazy that he wouldn't do it? This guy must be stopped. They're putting something in his water. Maybe the shit that's making the frogs gay is the shit that he's drinking. That's just warping his mind. And other breaking news around the world. Goddamn ICE is getting more and more and more out of control. I find it very oxymoronic that you have Hispanic officers arresting Hispanic people. The one guy arrested the dude because he said he sounded Hispanic, while the arresting officer had a Hispanic accent as well. Told the guy he was arresting him for sounding Hispanic and he wanted ID. The guy, I don't think he refused, but I believe he asked him a question. So then fucking Officer Hernandez tackles the dude and wrestles him and arrests the guy. What are they teaching these people? Is it just aggression first, questions later? Like, 90% of the people whose ass they kick aren't even aggressive. And they're beating up more tax-paying citizens than they are actual criminals. Like, don't get me wrong, yes, there are bad people that have immigrated here, but does that justify invading an entire states and then just beating someone's ass? Does a few drug dealers and a couple of narcos warrant you killing some fucking lesbian couple? Last week, another family got trapped in traffic because of the anti-ICE parades, and they were trapped behind ICE. And they were they were ordered to do something, and the fucking officer threw a flashbang in the car, full of children, kills one of them. The fuck are we doing, yo? Who trained these people? What are they learning? And why do they keep getting away with it? You can't say that this shit isn't Nazi Germany and then we go do Nazi Germany shit. Because if this is not the playbook, then tell me what the fuck it is. I don't want illegals here. I don't want Hispanics here. So I'm going to send armed fucking guards to kick down people's doors and drag them out however necessary. And they need to have identification showing that they are a citizen or not. Isn't that not what Nazi Germany did? They literally kicked down people's fucking doors, burned down houses. They beat women and children. And then they made them Jews wear them goddamn armbands. So they knew who the fuck they were. I'm not crazy. History will repeat itself. Does it have to be in the exact same form? You know what's crazy is Trump's his first time that he was the president, he did that. He made y'all go after the Asians. I don't know if y'all remember that, but you don't remember that Stop Asian Hate movement? When all the Asians were scared to come outside and all the Chinese restaurants were open and shit because y'all were attacking them because of the China virus. I don't know if you guys remember it, but I do. I won't let you forget. Don't worry. I will remind you relentlessly. And so now he has turned the gazer beam of his anger towards the Hispanics. I mean, he's always had it towards them with that build the wall shit. But, like, he really went after the Asians first. And I'm assuming he realized that wouldn't work. Because, good luck with that. How many violent interactions are there surrounding Asian people? In America, out of America, just how many? So I guess he must have turned his sights towards the only other people he could attack. What is it? The next Trump administration, when it's fucking J.D. Vance or Elon or something, they're going to go after Middle Easterns. Make this shit like 9/11 all over again and just assume anyone in a hijab is a fucking mass bomber or something. Anyways, we got armed guards with long guns. No form of neutralization. Like, why aren't they walking around with stun guns, tasers, maybe like pepper guns or some shit? Maybe they're like the orange shotguns, the beanbags. Why not first start with non-lethal? That's the word I was looking for. Non-lethal. And then we go towards, okay, these people are trying to hurt us. If the cops don't walk around with fucking ARs, why is ICE? I've actually been on like raids, and when they deliver, like they go in to catch bounties and stuff like that. I've been like ride-alongs with those at my other job. They have like 2 long guns and a shotgun. Everyone else has fucking pistols. And there's like 30 fucking dudes out there. When like SWAT kicks that door down, there's the 2 dudes with the riot shield. They have their long guns. And then the dudes behind them usually has a shotgun. And then behind them is just a bunch of dudes with pistols. And then behind them is us. So if they're moving with only 3 weapons that are Yeah, it's fucking long. Why is every single ICE agent given a handful of grenades and a long gun and told, you know what, anyone with a fucking accent, take him to Alligator Alcatraz? Befitting name for non-Nazism. Very befitting name. If not Nazi Germany, what is it? I need someone to explain it to me. If this is not the Seventh Reich, what is this? This whole administration needs to be dragged through the streets like Cece Lannister. I don't know if you guys ever seen we're having brain farts today. It's not House of the Dragon, it's the shit before it. Now I gotta look it up. Game of Thrones. Ciri Lannister. If you haven't seen the show, when they finally get tired of her shit, they drag her through the street. I want to say she was naked, but they drag her through the street with a goddamn rope around her neck, ringing a bell, ready to kill this bitch. That's what this administration needs to go through. Or have you ever seen the TV show C? It's on Apple TV. Great TV show. Bunch of blind dudes fucking each other up. That lady, the aunt, they had to lock her in a goddamn tower and keep her away from people so she didn't manipulate them. That's what this administration needs. I'm not telling you how to actually do that. It's the wrong implication. But that's what they need. We need to bring back the public shame bell. We need to bring that back. Bring back burning the witch. It's like, oh, you're a witch? They will burn at noon. Or they can, we could throw them in the river. You know what's crazy is that their thought process is that with the witch thing, if they threw them in the water and they sunk, then they were wrong and they weren't a witch. But if they threw them in the water and they floated, then they were a witch. But they didn't have a plan B for if they did float. And the burning at the stake was a better idea because they eventually thought everyone was a witch because you know the body will come back up, especially once it gets free from what you tied it from. So they did the burning at the stake. And they figured, well, if it's not a witch, we should put the fire out. Bring those back. Bring back the public shame. Make these people wear these fucking gimp collars and a leather goddamn chain and drag them through the city on national TV and ring the shame bell and make them walk for 3 miles. Shame. And since people want to be naked anyways on TV, online, let them. We'll do it online. Put it on YouTube. No, put on Kick or some shit like that. Like, or Twitch. That way it won't get taken down by the moderators. Public shame. Because you can't be naked on like regular TV, but online you can do whatever you want. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Put it on OnlyFans. It's called The Shame. And then just walk through their street. Shame. And then you give people spoiled fruit to throw at them. And then you pay someone a lot of money to clean that spoiled fruit. Pay someone like $30 an hour to clean all the fruit that's thrown all over the streets. Yes. We could do this. We could bring back public humiliation. Or maybe like the public flogging, They go to that little thing that they put their head and arms in. They get like a public spanking or some shit. There's probably some fucking weirdos out there that'll do dumb shit just so they can get beat. That might not work. I'm cooking. We got ideas here. We need to do something so rash and irrational that maybe people just won't do it. But it's not deadly, you know? There's no loss of limb here, but we gotta find a way to hurt the pride and egos a little bit. Just a little bit. I have seen some recent things that bother me quite a bit, especially when it comes to this administration supporters, especially those who like give leeway to Epstein, and they're trying to justify the pedophilia, and that shit bothers me, because it's like, well, yeah, he was diddling kids, but they weren't like kids, they were like teen kids. Why are we moving the goalpost of what's considered a kid? Because the one dude's justification was like, well, they weren't 5 or 10. They were 14. There's plenty of 14-year-olds that still play with toys and are very, very innocent. And they need to be protected at all times. Sometimes the people that go heavy for this administration confuse me, because I really want to know, do you actually stand on this shit? Or is it that you're just so embarrassed that you feel like you have to stand on this? Because that makes sense if you feel like, hey, I can't back down from this. I gotta I gotta be 10-toed the fuck down. That makes sense. You know what I mean? You're embarrassed, and you have to. You gotta roll with the punches. I don't, but why are we moving the goalpost on what's considered a kid and what's considered not a kid? I understand in certain states it's a little lower. I think the age of consent is like 16 or 17 in Pennsylvania or some shit like that. I only know this because I watched a YouTube documentary on famous YouTubers who were pedophiles, and a lot of them would get the girls to go to Pennsylvania where it was legal in their state. I only know that because of that. But it's still a goddamn kid. Why do you want to fuck someone's life up like that? Like, you can't have that weird power play with someone your age. Like, there's plenty of fucking freaks out there. Why can't you just go get one of them? And they exist, trust me, because I see them. Maybe not personally, but working at EMS, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of heinous shit. I've seen a lot of funny stuff. I've seen and heard a lot of stuff. If you could think of a crazy scenario, 9 times out of 10, I've either have a story about that scenario or very adjacent to that scenario. So I've seen a lot of things. And I've only been doing it for close to 10 years. There's people that have been doing it for longer and have seen and been to a lot of crazy places. That's just in this city. Imagine if it was a bigger city. So when I tell you that there are freaks of all walks of life, you just need to try harder to find them. Why not just go be with the people that'll give you what you're looking for versus, forcing a child to do that shit. Like, there are some real sick, twisted adult fucks out there. Just go be with them. Like, I cannot tell you enough and make you fully understand just how many weirdos there are out there. And, that's my bar and what I consider to be weird. Because what's normal to the cat is strange to the dog. Just find your cat. just be a cat finding another cat. Not a dog looking for a mouse. You people will pay for what you've done one day. And I hope one day it's worth it. You know? You gotta look back one day and be like, it was worth it. I'd do it again. And I mean, I guess if you have that no regrets, then fuck it, no regrets. But when it comes to the kids, there should always be regrets. Leave them damn babies alone. Let them have what you didn't have. Stop being a hating ass nigga. But this concludes my quest to find out if we live in Nazi Germany. I know next week the fucking Nazi Gestapos will do something else and they'll hurt someone. At what point do the people get involved? Because like here, when RPD was getting a little rowdy, the people were like, nah, we're not having that shit. They took all their power away. They can't do a motherfucking thing without permission. So at what point are the people going to actually, like, start writing letters, bombarding Congress, like doing what they usually do to get them to stop? When do we kick in? Or is it one of those, not my problem? Because, like, let's be real. If you live in Southwest U.S., Texas, California, shit like that, right? Nevada, what's another one I'm thinking? Phoenix. There's no way that you do not run across a Hispanic person in your life. There's no way that eventually you don't settle down with a Hispanic person or whatever. So I know you guys have friends and family members or, there's someone in you. Fuck, I'm not even Spanish and I can speak it very well. There's not a certain point where, like, it doesn't affect you. Your wife, your daughter, your sons, your nephews, nieces, there's no one in your family that's Hispanic. Like, there's a certain point where it's like, it will affect you. You will eventually have to stand up. You will eventually have to fight for someone. Maybe because you don't know the stranger that got yapped off the street today doesn't mean that someone won't be going to work, and then you got this fucking roid rage-fueled neo-Nazi ready to kick their fucking ass. Protect your people, man. It's your fucking state. Care. Big shout out to the supporters, the fans. I do love all of you guys. Shout out to those Patreon subscribers. The ones that are there, the ones that were there and are gone. I appreciate you. I get it. This economy is a little rough. So the fact that you could at one point, I appreciate you. I really do. And it helped me get this in times, I'll tell you. I'll tell you that. Hell, without the Patreon, I would never even had this computer. So I do appreciate every last one of you. Tune in next week, y'all.